Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of SevTech Ages here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to share your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. I need to apologise for last episode a little bit. At the end, it got a little bit too much for me, and yeah, I kind of soft rage quit out. I turned the game off overnight and come back to it today and I'm feeling much better. I've done a bit of work today already and I have built up a crusher and the industrial squeezer. So the industrial crusher is up here busy crushing things, and this is outputting into here, which is getting coke dust. Bring the coke dust over to the industrial squeezer, which is busy squeezing things, and we get this hop graphite dust. If we bring this hop graphite dust, on the one that I just dropped, over into the the arc furnace, I'm pretty sure we can place this in, and this should work. Something like that. If not, we can head back over to home and just stick it into a furnace. Let's do that quickly. So we can head over to here, put that into a furnace, and this will be taken down into, once it goes through, this will be smelted into hop graphite ingots. Now if you remember the nesting tree, this is only one step away from being what we need to actually be able to use the arc furnace. It does say in here though, we can use the arc furnace with just one of these hop graphite dusts into a hop graphite ingot, but we'll do it in a furnace instead. It's fine. We only really need 3 of these for now, so I'm going to grab these 3 and I'll let the rest of them smelt down there. Now we can head back over and make the final part of it, which we will need. Oh, I've got 4 of them there, okay. We will need the rod press here. So if we put that into there, put these into there, they will filter through and be stamped into graphite electrodes. Now these are integrity 50%. So these have only got 50% durability in them. Now I don't know how much that translates into, and I don't know how to get that up. We may be able to see here. Ah, we need 4 of these per. Right, okay. So we're actually going to need a bit more. But that will produce this. How do we get it to be full? I don't know. But we need to head back on over. Actually no, first of all I need to come back over here and hurt myself probably a little bit. Grab some more of this. These are running very low on energy, which isn't good. But we will do what we can. We're going to head back on over. I really should gather up one of these and bring it over really. But there's another 3. And the 4th one. We will actually have enough after this to be able to do it. So I'm going to wait for these to smelt down and I'll take them back over to be turned into rods. And there we go, we now have 3 graphic electrodes at integrity 50%. We can bring these up, place them inside here, and now these should hopefully be good enough now to be able to do what we need with the arc furnace. So what is it we actually need to do with the arc furnace? I can't remember now actually what it was. It was, oh yes, it was creating the stabilised stuff for this. We needed it for, I think we needed it for compressed iron, but we also needed it for stabilised metal. We need this refined hardener, which is raw hardener, which is obsidian and platinum plates. We've got plenty of obsidian, we do have some platinum, so let's have a look how much platinum we have, how much obsidian we have, and also I think we're going to need it for the compressed iron as well, if I remember right. Let's have a look. Put that in a press, that gives us 4 iron ingots. No, I think we've got enough for the compressed iron actually. I think it is just for the stabilizer we needed it. Yeah, so let's have a look how much stuff we've got. So it looks like we don't have nearly as much as I thought we did. We've got 11 blocks here. That's not a huge amount, to be honest, because once we take this down into ingot form, I'm going to want, I think, around a stack of the plates. Let's just get this all down into ingots. We'll see exactly how much we've got. There we go. So we have a stack and a half. And it's enough to be getting on with. I do know where there are a couple more platinum veins as well. One is actually just over here. I'll show you the veins that I've found over here already. And I'm really pleased I've found some of them. So over here, just by our path here, I'm glad I didn't get rid of this, we have some assorted quartz samples. So this is where we're going to get the nether quartz from, and hopefully there'll be a big, nice, huge vein down there of nether quartz. Just over here we've got some azurite, but we've got plenty of copper at the moment, don't need any more. I'm keeping it in the ground, to be honest, when I don't need it. Over here we've got some silicon, which is brilliant, love it. And then over here somewhere we've also got galena and platinum. I think it's somewhere over here. I did a flyover before and landed whenever I saw some ore surface samples. Yeah, it's here because it was stuck up in the air. So we've got a platinum sample there. So we've got platinum under this one. So I'll be able to go down into the bottom of this chunk and work out exactly where this is and gather it up, and here is the galena as well. Might be in the same chunk or one chunk over. Looks like it's one chunk over. And that's right next to here, so that's good. So let's head back down. Love being able to do this. And we can get the plate mould. Take the rod mould out, put a plate mould in. And fill this chest with the platinum. And that will go through and make a load of the platinum plates for us. So I'm going to wait for a little bit. I've got some obsidian back at base waiting for all of these, but I don't have a huge amount of obsidian at the moment. I need to go and make some and farm some. Might actually set up a little obsidian farm somewhere. But it may just be easy enough to go out into the deserts and take down some of the nether portals that are up there, because there's some huge, gigantic nether portals out in the deserts, in the red deserts, and you can just go with a pickaxe and take them all down. Reminds me, I do need to sharpen my crystal pickaxe as well. Right, so there is 14 of those. I've got 13 recipes worth of the obsidian ready to go, which will be more than enough to get us started on everything. So smack my face on the way down and place these into there. That will give us this raw hardener, and I'll gather that back as well. And this raw hardener goes into the furnace, and this raw hardener then becomes, let's make sure I've done all of this right. That becomes a refined hardener, and then the refined hardener with some iron then becomes the stabilised metal. And the stabilised metal is pretty much the first piece in the puzzle we need for the machine casings for all of these. And so now, so long as this doesn't fail me again, we should have enough to be able to finally use the arc furnace. So we place 15 in here, it's a ratio of 5 to 3. And then we place 12 of these in. into there. Is this going to work? Do I need a lever on here? Let's grab a lever. I might actually need a lever to make it start working. Nothing's happening at the moment. Nothing's happening at the moment either. Wonder what's happening here. Well, I found a problem. We need one of these hardened meshes as well. Now, I don't know if this is one per recipe or whether we just need one of them. I'm hoping we just need one of them because this requires iron bars and hardened and these more of these refined hardener. So we can take those out. That means we've only got 9 for in there. And we're going to need... can't remember how much it is for the iron bars. So if again we go to here to here and then to these ones, is it? No, this one. And then to here. So it's iron rods we need, and we need 6 of them. So we can get that actually fairly easily. If we come to here, no we don't, I think we can get them down here. We've got a stack there of iron plates. So if we take this out, put that back in there, grab this one out, put that one into there, and then we can stick those in and they'll just filter down into rods. We're going to need a fair few iron rods anyway, so I'm happy to take all this down into rod form. We just need 6 of these to be able to create the bars we need. There we go. Let's turn those into iron bars, and then we can do... is it the other way around? Which way round is it? Or is it one in the centre as well? Yep. Hardened mesh. Okay, now hopefully this will only be required once and not one for every recipe. Stop! I want to go the other side. I want to go the other side. Thank you. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Right. So we put those in there. And then this, I suppose, goes into there. And that should be the recipe. That should be everything we need. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so the book really doesn't tell me too much. It says the interface may look confusing at first. Yes, it does. But apparently it's quite straightforward. I don't think it is at the moment. 3 slots at the top are for graphic electrodes. We've got those in. 12 slots on the left are the input slots for metal and ores. Each slot has a temperature bar next to it. Maybe I do need these in this side, because that doesn't go in there, but these do. And that's still not doing anything. This doesn't go in this side. This will go in either. And this one doesn't go in this side. So far as I can see, that must be right. Yeah, 12 slots on the left are the input slots for metal and ores. Each slot has a temperature bar next to it, representing the progress of smelting. 4 slots in the right are for additives, different materials added to the molten metal during the crafting process. An example would be adding coke dust to iron to create steel. Inputs and additives are inserted, so it just tells us about how you actually pipe them into here. 7 slots at the bottom are 6 output slots and 1 slot for slag. Outputs are retrieved from a bucket if you want to pipe them out. And you can take the slag out through the back. the arc furnace will automatically push output and slag to connected inventories. This includes conveyor belts. But we don't have any of that connected, it's manual process at the moment. Nothing seems to be happening still. Just make sure that we've got this recipe absolutely correct, because that would be embarrassing. Iron ingots. 5 iron ingots. 3 refined hardener. And a hardened mesh. Now we've got a hardened mesh in the top slot here, and these here. Let's just have a look. Anything, because I couldn't even get the hop graphite dust to go down. Let's see if we can get the hop graphite dust to do anything. Because we've got a fair amount of it in here now. So if this will smelt down, then we can actually work out how to do it all in here. We take one of these out. Can't put anything in there. Oh, something seems to have happened. Or was that just a graphical glitch? Because we had 21, we've still got 21. This isn't going up at all, the temperature bar. This isn't going down at all, so it's not using power. Nothing's filtering down from here. These can't go in that side. These aren't being used at all. Ah, right. There we go. So that seems to be okay. And these are going to slowly go through. Yeah, but that's just dumped all of that power. Wow, okay. So this is no longer taking up any power, which is good. This thing is, but should be, oh no, it's nowhere near done yet. Still got 3 stacks left. But yeah, okay, this is now working. So now that we know it's working, let's try putting the refined hardener into there, and the hardened mesh into there, and the ingots into there. Should we just try it as 5 and 3? Okay, so after doing a little bit more research, I've found that this iron shouldn't go in here. It definitely should go in here. It's an oxidant. So the refined hardener is an additive, and the iron ingots is an oxidizer. And this hardened mesh is what we're trying to oxidize and harden. So if we place this in here, suddenly now it actually starts working. We do actually have it fully going. So this is heating up. That's completely run out of power. This will keep going. I'll keep this open until this actually finishes. But by the look of it, we will actually need more of these hardened meshes. This is going to turn this hardened mesh into 5 of the things, the stabilized metal. That's the ones. We'll just wait until this finishes. There we go. We get 5 pieces of stabilized metal and 1 piece of slag. Now this will do for, I think, 2 recipes. So we're going to need a lot more of this. We're going to need a lot more of this refined hardener and a load more iron as well. So at least now we know it's working. At least we can actually get a fairly steady supply of this stabilized metal. We're just going to need quite a lot of those meshes. So if we have a look at the mesh here, hardened mesh, it is lots of iron bars, which is lots of iron rods. We've just got a load of iron rods that we made, so that's okay. And we need these hardened refined hardener. Refined hardener again is obsidian and platinum. We've just made up a load of platinum, so all we really need for that is the obsidian. I can go out and get a ton of obsidian, that's no problem. Just got to farm it all. Delving a little bit deeper into this arc furnace stuff, I have worked out how to make the electrodes up to 100%, and we actually need a blueprint for that. So we've got the standard blueprint, the free blue dye and the free paper, and if we place in a hop graphite dust into this, then we get an engineer's blueprint for arc furnace electrodes. And then we can come over into this thing here, place that one in instead. Well, no, take this one out and place this one in. The only thing we can make is this, But when we put these into here now, we actually get 14 graphite electrodes with 100% integrity on each of them. So that's how you get the 100% electrodes. So now if we head back over, I'm going to leave these off for now and just use up the 100%, sorry, the 50% ones until they're gone. And I'm going a little bit slower here because I have actually changed a couple of things over here as well. I've upgraded my power by upgrading the windmills. TechStomper was talking to me on the YouTube comments saying I could make some improved windmills, and it's not quite windmills, they are just the blades for the windmills themselves, and they look like these. So I made an entire stack full of these. It's just hemp fibre, and I think it's hemp cloth. That's pretty much all it is. We have a look at hemp. It is these ones. Oh yeah, it's the tough fabric you use. And it is these windmill sails here. So it's just this tough fabric or hemp cloth. I use the hemp cloth, it's fairly nice and easy to make. And that makes these. And these go a lot faster and they're a lot more efficient with the power that they use. I think these are now slowly filling back up, some of them at least. The power is filtering through. But if we come back down here now to here, we should be able to have a look. These are on now 49%. So I'm just going to put these, step out of the way of the electricity, and put these into here so that we've got them and we can use them when we need them. So we do actually have now spare fuel for this thing. What I'm going to do now is gather up a ton of obsidian, and so we can make a load more of this stabilised metal. Well, if you're following along at home, you've probably already seen these things, but I don't know if I've shown one on camera yet. These are the huge nether portals out in deserts you can find. I think they're in deserts and they are in the savanna biomes you can find these. Mainly in the deserts though, either the regular desert or the red deserts. And these are just huge nether portal frames, and you can light them with any kind of fire. Flint and tinder is probably the easiest. But you can also just rip them down if you want as well. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting all of this obsidian, and then if you get this stuff as well, this is actually a little bit easier to take away. But you can turn this stuff into regular obsidian just with a chisel. And so this is how I've been getting my obsidian so far. So that is another stack full of the refined hardener that I've made up there, and I can put that into here with 16 each of these iron bars, and that will create 16 of these hardened meshes, and then I can use these hardened meshes to create more of this stabilised metal. I will need to go out, I will need to build up some more of those refined, what are they called? Refined hardener here, because I need 3 times 4, need 48 of them now to be able to make all of this. But that is something for another day. There is something else I'm going to do between episodes, and that is I'm going to use this advanced prospector here. Can be used for age 4 ores, so I will be able to find out where all of that Certis quartz is up there, dig it all out, and we will have a lot of material for next episode to carry on with some of this. I would like to be able to try and get at least one machine up, and when we get a machine case we will decide then about which our first machine will be. I think that'll be quite fun, trying to decide which is going to be the most important, which one will help us through. If you have any ideas which should be my very first machine on this, my first actual proper machine, let's just have a look what there is. So we have the petrified fuel generator, we have an enhancement sorter, enchantment extractor, or a disenchanter, that might actually have to be the one. Enchantment applicator, so disenchanter and enchanter. Mob crusher, we could actually get a proper mob farm up and running. Potion brewer, potions of alchemy isn't too important at the moment. We could actually get into proper farming with the aminal baby separator and the aminal feeder. We could also get into the arable farming with the plant sowers and plant fertilizers and plant gatherers, water condensers, water condensator. I assume that's just for gathering up water. That is an infinite water source. We have an animal rancher, mob slaughter factory, mob duplicator, so that is the spawner. So we could actually get a proper spawner running. That might be really nice, because we can have multiple different things then spawning. Block breaker and block placer. If we get these two conjoined, then we can make a Tinker's Tool leveler, because I think the block breaker allows you to put something in it to be able to break blocks with, and the block placer will place down blocks, and you just have them continuously running, hitting a piece of cobblestone with a pickaxe, and then the placer places another piece of cobblestone down, it goes into a hopper, travels back around into it. Nice easy way for AFK Tinker's Tool leveling, and it allows us to put on a lot more stuff onto the Tinker's Tools. Then we have sewage composter, animal sewer, lots of stuff for farming, mob detector, lava fabricator that creates lava using a loss of power. We have a bioreactor, biofuel generator, so these are for actually generating more power. Ore processor, that's your basic furnace. Enchantment factory, so actually being able to create your own enchantments. Spores recreator, I suppose that's something to do with mushrooms, I think. I would imagine, at least. Animal grower. Material stonework factory, that's for... is that a cobblestone generator, I think? I think that's a cobblestone generator. Resourceful furnace. Probably alloy furnace, something like that. We have village trade exchanger, an energy field provider. This is going to be fun for the mob farms that we create. Or dictionary converter, blah blah blah. It's useful, bit useless to be honest. Protein reactor. We have protein generator, a hydrator, wither builder. Oh, we could get withers. I think that's going to be quite expensive though. Yeah, we're definitely not at that stage yet, so that's not going to be an option. Fluid pump, fluid crafter, plant interactor, item splitter, and fluid dictionary converter. So there's a few interesting ones there. There's also these mob fans. Do these need them as well? No, these don't. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, so let me know what you think out of them, and we will build something up. Probably in the episode after next, because it's going to take up probably all of next episode to be able to get just what, 1 or 2 of these up and running. We've got a lot of stuff, but we do need to go to the Nether, and we need to build this printed circuit board, which is capacitors, transistors, unassembled PCB, Certis quartz, and yeah, we need to build a pressure chamber. This pressure chamber you get from compressed iron. So we've got to build a compressed iron, that is one of these iron blocks into a metal press, so we can do that fairly easily. I might actually get some of these done for next episode so I can play around with these a little bit, see what they're like. So anyway, that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.